English teacher, part 43. Maintaining flexibility. While rules and procedures are important, effective teachers do not lose sight of the need for a sensible degree of flexibility in the classroom. One team of the researchers, Dunn and Bunn, 1987, found, for example, that not all students learn best when sitting perfectly still in a proper position at a desk or table in a well-lit, completely quiet setting. Contrary to popular belief, reading in low light does not damage eyesight, though it may induce eye strain and headaches. 2. When classroom temperature ranges 19 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius. 3. Early in the morning. In fact, most learners perform their better in the late morning or early afternoon. 4. Through whole group instruction. 5. When teaching involves a sequence of clearly stated objective and detailed step-by-step explanation. Some students learn well when they, number 1, have suitable classroom furniture. Number 2, eat, drink, or chew on objects. Number 3, can move about and use their own perpetual strengths. In determining the degree of flexibility that you will maintain in a classroom, consider the point of balance between individual freedom and the right of group to optimal learning conditions. Classroom climate as a growth factor. Professional teachers know that nothing succeeds like success. Nothing stultifies like continual failure. And people like to do the things they do well, but soon lose interest in doing the things they do so badly. But no one likes activities that damage self-concept. This does not mean that the students must always be successful, but it does mean that the students should be successful, and most of the time they should succeed. If necessary, add, even or replace the curriculum content without losing sight of overall goals. Well, setting the learning goals. If your students ought to develop the positive attitude towards meeting learning goals, you must set goals that are challenging but achievable. To do this, you will need to become familiar with your students individually. Learning modalities. An overview. Learning modalities are the ways of learning, and they are classified as visual learning by seeing, auditory learning and by hearing, tactile learning by touching or manipulating, kinesthetic learning by movement, learning through movement. So learning modalities are visual, such as pictures, drawing, paintings, sculptures, form, pattern, color, shape, and learning modalities auditory. Oral directions, listening, sound patterns, rhythms, mental sounds, tones, chants. Learning modalities of kinesthetic and tactile. They are the gestures, touching, body movements, manipulating objects, or positioning. Learning style preferences. Each student has a unique learning style preference, or ways in which he or she naturally learns most readily. These innate preferences influence the ways in which the students approach learning. Well, there are intuitive, imaginative, theoretical, or practical ways of learning, and the modalities and the kinds of stimuli, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic or tactile, that make learning most meaningful for them. Such perceptual preferences affect more than 70% of the school-age youngsters. Bob and Swessing, in a body of students from the kindergarten to grade 6, showed the following ratios of learning modalities. Visual dominance, 33% with the auditory dominance and 24% with the kinesthetic or tactile dominance, 14% mixed modalities and 29% Modality preference evolved from many factors, and in fact, they prefer a lot